welcome everyone. This is No Bullshit Gaming Podcast 2.5 Gamers session number 37. We are sharing actionable insights, dropping knowledge from our day-to-day user acquisition, game design, and ad monetization drops, but also discussing the latest industry news from time to time while having so much fun. But let's not forget, this is still 4 a.m. conference discussion vibe, so let's not take it too seriously. Today, we have Felix, ad monetization Thor, Braberg, Jakub, game design Iron Man, Remiar, and myself, Matej, UA Spider-Man, Lančarič, because today we are going to discuss another global launch case study, and this time it's Marvel Snap. There you go.
Hold that mic a bit further away from your mouth and it's a bit echo.
A little bit.
No way. No. Okay, great. So yeah, how are you guys?
Oh man, it's been a while now. I gotta say, you did a good job in an interview with Eric. I enjoyed it. Usually VC interviews can be sometimes a bit boring, but this one actually felt a bit refreshing. Like, I've never heard a VC before say when you shouldn't take VC money, which was quite refreshing.
That was great. That was great. It's been a while, Jakub. How about yourself? What's up?
Yeah, I've been playing Marvel Snap a lot, I would say. That's the highlight for me because I really like the game and the core gameplay itself.
Nice.
We'll talk about the progression later, but other than that, like, the fun factor is definitely there. So
we are holding the mic, like we are two guys holding mics, and then Felix is the arm guy, and also I'm sitting in my in my kitchen with the balloon.
It's important, in order for you to be able to drop the mic, you first need to hold it.
Who is this shark?
You will see at the end.
I will see at the end. Okay, so I have my popcorn already, so fine. But before we go to the actual deconstruction of all of this, it's definitely not super high level. It's actually, well, we dig really deep into everything. So before we do that, I would like to say big thanks to all of you, and especially big thanks to Felix and Jakub for contributing in this crazy late night show. No, thank you guys for the support and for everything, and also you guys too. Thanks for sharing everything. We've been getting pretty nice and positive feedback lately on LinkedIn and in my email inbox. So yeah, please keep doing that, and also please keep sharing and subscribing. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers, and when that happens, Felix coming to Bratislava and I'm getting it to 2. So it's gonna happen sooner or later. But yeah, okay. Let's start with the actual UA and some I've done some LinkedIn research and for the company background. Based on the LinkedIn research, the company is really lean, and we are talking about Second Dinner here. So Second Dinner launched Marvel Snap. Really lean, 60 people on LinkedIn. And based on their profile, Second Dinner is an independent game development studio that is here to make the most fun games in the world. Not super fun games, not super duper fun games. They mean the most fun games, whatever that means. Okay, whatever. But the first game, Marvel Snap, they're partnering with Marvel, so they are getting to play in the Marvel universe. All right, so I throw up a little bit when reading that, but it's still really nice. So 60 people, and guess how many there is from the marketing team, guys? Guess how many people is there?
Mobile games, the lifeblood of UA.
Yeah. Just give me a number.
5.
Okay.
10.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's 1. Yeah, exactly 1 person, and everybody else is just design oriented, and they kind of forgot that there needs to be a UA department, analytics, and creatives team to be able to run some marketing operations for mobile game. Obviously, the background of these guys is more like AAA and Blizzard-ish, so not super mobile, but still, I mean, it seems like a pretty good like all-star team, but focusing on a different platform. Anyway, so my assumption would be that the VP of marketing is running everything by himself. So kudos to you if you do it. But since I've checked it on LinkedIn and this person doesn't have any UA experience from the past, I doubt he's running the show because, well, it's kind of important to have an experience with global launching, and we discussed that in one of the sessions. Jakub, stop typing for fuck's sake.
Yeah, seriously, Jakub, that's very rude.
Man, it's really annoying and rude. Seriously.
Yeah, seriously. At least mute yourself if you're gonna type.
Yeah, mute yourself, or just listen. So again, there's no UA experience, so I doubt it is running the show, which means they also work with an agency out there. But then again, like nobody actually announced any partnership with the second dinner, which obviously everybody would immediately do because, well, how often do you work on a Marvel game? Or they're running it or with their partners, which according to the news, second dinner partnered with Newverse, which is owned by TikTok developer ByteDance. So I guess there is something in the middle. So whoever runs this, and the spoiler, it's not looking super good.
Oh my God. You're going to sing its praises. What?
No. This time, not. It's pretty chaotic. So let's start with the channel mix, and obviously, like Facebook is the biggest channel in terms of the spend, both on iOS and Android, which is not surprising, to be honest. But what is surprising is the fact that I downloaded the game from the store immediately after it global launched. And I'm seeing the ads targeting me all over again. And it's just ridiculous. I can see, I don't see all the ads, but I see all over the same ad. Hey, there's the Ben Brode, the founder of the company. Hey, I'm so excited to tell you we launched Marvel Snap. Ooh, amazing. There's a pro tip, guys. Check the comments under the video. Players are commenting like, hey, guys, nobody cares. What are you excited about? The game sucks, which is not true because, well, we had a pretty good fun while playing it. But still, like, if you see this type of comments on the creative, that's all. That's not a good sign. So, also, you should be excluding players, the existing players, because now you are pouring money into the drain, which is a waste of time, waste of resources, waste of money. Just it's one option and it's very easy. Just exclude everybody who actually downloaded the game already, and then, well, the efficiency and profitability could improve quite immediately. And I'm seeing they're not using custom placements, so usually what that means is they're running square formats in like stories instead of the vertical formats. It's not a big problem, but it's annoying. That's the first thing. Then the second thing is, like, if you put a few percent here, a few percent there of an improvement, and suddenly you can get profitable at some point. So from the GeoMix, what they are running at the moment, or what are the best performing geos? It's like US is on the top, not surprising. Then there is South Korea, Japan, Canada, UK, France, Germany, and Hong Kong, and some others. But there is a very big gap between those geos. So it's like 1 million ish on US. There are different tools have very different numbers, so it's not very consistent. But still, it's 1 million in the US, and then 100,000 in South Korea, and then Japan is 80,000. And this is like 14 days since the global launch, or like last 14 days. Which is like last 7 days from the global launch, because, well, it's been out from 18th of October. That's very big gap. But according to the tools we use, they're mostly spending in these countries. And on Android, it's Korea, Thailand, Australia, New Zealand, Indonesia, and then there's the US on the 5th place. It is ridiculous. iOS, it's Australia, Korea, New Zealand, US on the 4th place, and then Indonesia again.
Why would you do that?
I have no idea. I mean, it's like if US is your top country, spend there as much as you can. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It's just like most probably like a lot of featuring organic traffic, which is pumping up the revenue, because this doesn't make sense. But well, what can you do? I mean, different UA managers have very different tactics and strategies, I guess. But what other UA channels are they using? So from my point of view, it looks like they do this like shotgun approach. Let's sprinkle budget everywhere because that's what we should do. But that's how it looks like. It's super chaotic, but they're definitely running like everything that is out there, which is like Iron Source, Google, Uplavin, TikTok, Vanguard, and Unity, and even Mintegral. And there are some like small tests on Yahoo Japan. So yeah, kudos guys for UA diversification. I had to say it, but
it's your tagline, Mike. What's your tagline?
Of course, diversifying the UA, but this is not the proper way how to do it. But okay, so as we discussed like multiple times, setting up campaigns, it's super easy. You can do it, in a couple minutes. But what happens afterwards that's the important part. So guys, whoever runs this, please open up your ad networks, mainly Iron Source and Unity, and start optimizing the campaigns. Because it looks like you never ran actually a card game UA before on ad networks, because there's a fun fact. You have cards in the game. Well, sure. Unity and Iron Source or any other ad network algo thinks that you're a classic card game. Therefore, your best sources of traffic, guess what? Solitaire games. It's like fucking amazing. So you're getting like 90% of traffic from solitaire games. So Jakub, could you tell me please like what kind of audience plays these type of games, solitaire games?
Casual puzzle.
Is it very close to CCG?
Women. 45 plus, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, of course. But is it close to Marvel Snap or like any this type of game?
I guess no.
Of course it's not. I mean, seriously, like what the fuck? But I mean, I've been there because I also didn't have a CCG experience on the UA side before, and this same thing happened to me as well in soft launch. So I ran Unity, and the minute I checked the sources, it was solitaire only. I was like, what the fuck is happening? But then it's like, yeah, well, cards, and I'll go. So guys, this is the good time to actually speak to the reps from Unity, Iron Source, or whatever. I mean, obviously they don't care because they earn money from you guys, but you don't earn money because it's like wasted resources, obviously. So just talk to them, get a list of IDs or sources that you can actually try, which have better or closer audience to your game, and that could immediately improve the performance, like
Hearthstone.
Like Hearthstone, for example. Yeah, like Hearthstone. So, I mean, the whole UA setup looks pretty weird. I only see like German creatives on Uplavin. Unity runs pretty much on Japanese creative, with top sources also like pizza delivery and coloring books. Okay. It's like pizza delivery games. That was like one game that really was weird, and then the coloring books. Okay, so everything feels pretty random. It looks like somebody just called them and said, "Hey, you should run all the main networks." That's what big companies do, but they forgot to tell them that they actually need to optimize the whole UA. And
so they got the first half right. They need a diverse UA portfolio, like diverse like channels, but they didn't optimize it. So half.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like maybe 20% right. Because they run like everything that's there basically, but it doesn't make sense. It's just like, yeah, like, hey, here's the budget, just let's run it, and let's close the dashboard on Iron Source or Unity and never look back. Let's just run it. That's how it looks like. But well, at least like if you have this like baseline, you can improve it quite heavily.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good sign, of course. And then I definitely need to talk about the TikTok strategy. Obviously, well, if you are a new verse and your parent company is actually TikTok, so you should know what to do on the creative side. I do appreciate Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury in the creatives. Way more interesting than Ben brought. Sorry, Ben. I just you can't compete with Samuel. That's how it is. But guys, I'm not sure if someone from your parent company told you like the TikTok best practices for creatives. It suggests to use short videos, no 30 seconds, but more closer to like 10 to 12 seconds. And I'm not talking about the 1 minute long version of Nick Fury. Obviously, great, perfect. But these creatives would be definitely great performers on YouTube. Long form videos, perfect. Move it, use something else on TikTok. Maybe if you have Samuel L. Jackson, great, got it. Today, actually, TikTok published a very, very, very good best practices on the creative side for casual games. And guys, there is ASMR slicing as well. Not slicing, but it's ASMR is there.
So, what would you slice, Nick Fury?
Yeah, I would slice Nick Fury in the eye. I would slice his eye. I would slice cards, of course. You can slice cards, and then
It's like Matej UA bingo in these words. I love it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay. We can move to the creative strategy and what I actually think about the whole shenanigans on the creative side. It's ridiculous because the UGC creatives with developers. Honestly, this is pretty hard to watch for me, and I mean it's not interesting enough. Like how should this persuade the players to actually download the game? I know Jakub, you mentioned that like Ben is
it works on premium because people in the card gaming community know these developers, and they're like very, very senior and very famous.
Yes,
so I can get where the influence is coming from.
Sure, but if you are launching a mobile game that has a Marvel IP, nobody cares about Ben. That's just like this. That's not how it works. I mean, you have 1 or 3 seconds to grab attention, and you put the co-founder in the first 2 seconds of the video. All like the players that don't have like anything, that don't know anything about like developers, they will just close or just swipe. Okay, nobody cares. So in the first 2 or 3 seconds, you definitely don't want to show founder's face. And the thing is, like, you have the whole Marvel universe, for fuck's sake. So if you can use Samuel L. Jackson, use him wisely, not in a weird, not even a funny way. It's just like you can use it a little bit more efficiently. So do your research about like the most popular Marvel heroes and use them in the creatives. I'm pretty sure like America Chavez is not the most popular one from all the heroes, and I think like nobody even knew. Well,
I would be careful here because keep in mind that some of the Marvel IP is behind these kind of licensing wars, such as Spider-Man and everything. So I don't think so. You can really use everything from Marvel portfolio.
They're in the game though, right?
They're in the game.
They are, but like Spider-Man rights were sold to Sony, so it's some kind of mutual deal to Marvel and everything. Like it's I wouldn't say it's that easy. Just to give here that it's not that easy. I would guess so, to use Marvel rights however you like to.
Okay, fair enough. It could be an interesting point, but again, still like America Chavez. Until Doctor Strange movie happened, like nobody even knew like this actually exists.
That's
from like not the core comics fans of obviously.
Yeah, not core audience.
Yeah. So that's like I most probably if you can't use Spider-Man, you can use Iron Man. Maybe there is some other character or hero that you can actually use, which is more popular. That's my point. That's my point.
If I get that right, Spider-Man is the most popular.
Well, but okay, still. But then you have 10 more. It doesn't need to be Spider-Man, but okay. But okay, I get the point. It's fair enough. But also look at different games and get an inspiration from them. And I know, like you said, it's hard for because of the Marvel license, and you most probably can't use everything, but it should be doable. And also, I would definitely showcase the upgrading the cards, all the visual improvements, different game scenarios, from losing in the game, changing the strategy, winning. So much stuff can be done here. And the main question is like, why are you not showing the game? Because it's fun. It's actually a very good game.
You mean gameplay, actually?
Gameplay, they show gameplay here and there, but it's not very interesting from the creative point of view. They just show a bunch of cards, and obviously they have a lot of them there, but nothing really concrete. So it's really exciting when you win, and really exciting feeling when you win. And again, creatives should be about emotions, but player emotions, obviously not about Ben's emotions. But so I think, what about iOS and strategies? But I think I can talk about this after Jakub shares his insights about the game, and especially the monetization of the game, because it's a very crucial part in the in the iOS strategies and iOS UA. Okay.
So
UA rant over.
I know.
Yeah.
And sounded pretty damning, man. Didn't sound like a
But the thing is, like, the game is so great, or like it's fun. It's fun. Monetization, whatever. It has really good IP. There's so much potential, But okay.
That sounds a bit. It sounds a bit like exactly like my part, man. Because so if we move on to ad monetization, I just want to start off as well as saying, like, I like this game. I love Marvel Snap. It's a fun game. You need to use your head. It's not just endless clicking, and I get to see cool, familiar MCU characters. I've played now until collection level number 24, and I've still not seen any in-game ads. So I logged into...
There won't be any.
So I logged into our favorite data analytics platform and had a look at the installed SDKs. And our favorite data platform analytics platform didn't have any SDKs to show because it's locked away. So I had to log into my second favorite data analytics platform and to see that the SDKs, and iOS has no ad SDKs installed, but Android has the AdMob ad SDK installed on the 8th of June. I don't think it's in use since it's the only one. So I think it's safe to say that Marvel Snap is going at this launch the old school premium way, and they're not having any in-game ads. Couple of things here.
My guess is it's part of the licensing. You won't be having any ads.
A couple of things here. Look, I like this game, and I think it deserves a good user base, but not launching with rewarded ads in a game like this is just puzzling to me. Like, rewarded ads have become so accepted in the mobile gaming community that, in my opinion, you're doing yourself a disservice by not launching with them. Like, not launching with rewarded ads, you limit your UA team's potential reach as you're taking away from the overall LTV. This means you're forced to pay a lower CPI, which in turn means that you put like an artificial cap on the true potential of users that you're able to profitably acquire for your game. So I get your argument, Remo, that like it's a premium game and the ads take away from the experience, blah, blah, blah. But I think that's bullshit. You have Candy Crush these days.
I'm just saying that my guess is that part of the deal where you were selling your soul to Marvel was you won't be having any ads, period.
Anyway, but like you have like even Candy Crush these days push for rewarded ads. You have some premium holdouts like Supercell, but I guarantee you within 2 to 3 years, like Supercell will also have rewarded ads.
Candy Crush is a mobile game IP, not a movie blockbuster franchise.
Okay, sure, but like how ads do any harm to the brand and to the license? Like how? Like
I don't work in the film industry.
Honestly, I don't get it because I don't get it because Marvel's owned by Disney, right? And Disney has a bunch of Marvel show on Disney Channel, and they have advertising. So I don't think it holds water. So basically, like, as this is a new,
it's true.
Yeah, like okay. Also, like, as this is a new game launch, like I can't stress enough like that during game launches, that's when you'll see the highest AdARPDAUs of your game's lifetime. So, like, let's go into the realm of speculation and see how much Marvel's staff could be making from ads.
Millions.
So since the active user base numbers are a bit wonky in all our favorite analytics dashboards, I had to go by the download numbers instead of active users. So I'm going from downloads. So take, a little bit of margin of error either way. I assumed an ad viewer rate of 55% and an imp DAU of 2 on rewarded, which Remo will tell you is probably on the lower side what you can expect from a game like this. So I just happened to have been involved in a large game launch recently. So I took the average ECPM numbers that I saw during the first 2 weeks of launch, and I applied it to Marvel Snap's geos. So these early ECPM numbers tend to be about 2 times higher than normal ECPMs because ad networks absolutely love new traffic sources. And it's also when you do the most UA, so basically that will drive up ECPM even further. So I plugged all the numbers in, and what I got from there, 3.1 million downloads, which is as many downloads they got when I did this analysis this morning. They should have earned about 85K in ad revenue, which is about 4.67% of the IAP revenue from the same period. However, that's not how ads work because you earn it every day. So if I adjust for a D1 to D7 retention, a linear drop-off of 50% on day 1 to 15 on day 7, I get a total ad revenue for the time since launch period to yesterday to be $250,000, which is 14% of their IAP revenue in the same time space. So these guys have sacrificed 14% of their revenue to the gods of premium mobile branding, and I don't know why. And guess what? And guess what? Here's a scary thought. If you assume a 4.0 impression per daily active users instead of 2, which is not in the realm of impossibility, that figure jumps to a little north of $500,000, which would be nearly 30% of the current game revenue. Let that sink in.
Yeah. That's normal. Mid-core games, or let's say, these RPG normal games, they go 70-30 IAP ads. That's normal model.
Yeah, I mean, there's being protective of your brand, and there's being fiscally irresponsible. Sure, ECPMs will drop after 2 to 3 weeks to more realistic levels, but I can't stress how much important these first couple of weeks can be on your ad revenue during a game launch. And now this opportunity is gone because the ECPMs will never be the same. Potentially, it's just,
Anyway, let's go to game design.
Oh, look how he's smiling.
This is the best part of Remo's week. I can see it.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you going to be singing more? Let me guess. They didn't leave any money on the table.
Oh well, and they cut down the table. The thing is that I want to stress this. This is a team run by Ben Broad, and you can see it. And this guy has infinite amount of energy. I've seen it during the Hearthstone years, where I pretty much grew up on all the Blizzard games, and the team that he has there, it's super senior design wise. These guys, hands down, all respects, are literally on top of their craft. Just this week, I was reading some things how they did some design issues with the whole mulligan mechanic, which means that if you don't draw into a card that you can use on the first turn, there's a very bad feeling. So usually card games do it with mulligan, which means you can switch your cards for some kind of penalty. So what they did, they actually designed a card that actually, if you have it in your deck, you will always draw it on the first turn on your in your starting hand. So
now I understand the whole Twitter post. Thank you very much.
How you see?
I have no idea. I had no idea what this was about.
Yeah, that's an excellent example of game design problem solving, because again, you pretty much elegantly created a solution for people to pretty much get rid of that frustrating feeling of you not having a card to play the first turn, because they can still risk it and don't have that card in your deck if they're that's their choice, but they can have it, and this gives you or doesn't give you advantage. Depends on your choice.
I created the second deck and dropped the Quicksilver from the deck, and we'll see how that affects my gameplay.
So just just to say it first, like, yeah, the design expertise and everything, how they make the game snackable for mobile, how it's run, how the core gameplay works, that's great.
Yeah, so we make a lot of fun and have funny comments, but it's really, kudos to the whole game.
It's a great game. It's so much fun playing.
I was actually pretty surprised. Like, I thought it would be
just need
actually
to make more money.
We'll get to that point, but I was like very, very pleasantly surprised. I thought it would be like a bigger problem to like squish this all into mobile thing, but it actually like plays really well. Continuing with the game, this is one thing that may be confusing to some people because Ben Brode and his team are ex-Hearthstone, and Hearthstone is pretty much a genius simplification of Magic the Gathering, which is a type of card game that's like a completely different descendant tree. And this game is actually much more close to something like Gwent, which is the original card game that was introduced in the Witcher 3 game, like the little side game. And this is much more similar to that. So I would say it's descendant in that tree. So don't expect something like health and damage being part of the game, or you upgrading something, or like this won't ever happen in this game. This works just differently. This is not the Magic the Gathering descendant. Regarding the Gwent itself, just want to note that the game was taken by CD Projekt Red from Witcher and put as a standalone game. That was actually the most similar version to the current Marvel Snap game, and then they did a very, very big pivot and tried to kind of turn it around, because my guess is that it's still making not making any money, and CD Projekt Red is just running at a loss because of their love for the Witcher community. But it's like a very specific game, and probably one of the things why they tried to pivot it so hard, because the progression in this game is very, very shallow, unfortunately.
Yeah,
and we'll get to that.
Make any money?
Yeah, that's the thing. So just like basic facts, the whole core gameplay is very, very simple. You just need to win 2 locations against your opponent, meaning that at the end of turn 6, you need to have more points, at least 2 locations, than your opponent. That's it. It's very, very simple, very, very strategic. Every turn there's like lots of decision, because they added the locations random abilities that change throughout different matches. So every match feels different. Like the replayability factor is over the roof. That's great. It's very snackable, very tactical, very strategic. They even added this bluffing mechanic, which is the whole snap thing, that you can pretty much raise the stakes if you feel like so, to either like, you have the winning card, so you win, or you bluff your opponents. I have bluffed some people already in a way that like I didn't have much, but I risk it, and then they leave, because then you can pretty much save your trophy count. Because in the end, these snaps, or like the currency, those are pretty much your trophies. So you increase your rank either faster, or you can save some trophies by retreating sooner.
Yes, someone did it like today, like they snapped, and I was like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
It's actually great, because like that's the best feeling the game can offer, to be honest, when somebody snaps and then you snap too, and then you win, and you win like 8 trophies. It's like sweet tears.
Feel like you.
I've only done it once. It felt really good.
It's great. Like, to be honest, the game, the core gameplay and everything, it's great. It's very novel, very innovative. Like, it's like, well deserved. Now we come to the progression part. And as we know, in mobile games, progression equals monetization. So what can you actually get in this game, and what can I buy for hard cold cash? So the whole game is pretty much just the base cards, and you don't upgrade them, you don't do anything regarding gameplay power, you just upgrade their visual. So that's the only thing that's happening in this game. Currently it's set up in a way that your card collection is pretty much your whole like overall player level or progression. First 18 collection levels are prescripted, and this is just a tutorial, so everybody gets the same cards. And then it goes into this very interesting system of prescripted pools, where it's pretty much semi-random, where you slowly get in cards from progression one by one through these kind of mystery milestones on the collection level. But they are actually going from 3 predefined pools of 46 cards, 25 cards, and 74 cards. And afterwards, after collection level 498, if I get that right, you pretty much have all cards in the game as for the base collection. So this means that there are 145 cards in the whole game, not counting the variants, which means you can have multiple instances of the same card with different skin. So
yeah, I think there's like 6 of them.
Yeah, something like that. Actually, there's more. Just let me finish, and you will see, because you can create them.
Okay.
Regarding the monetization, the first season pass is actually completely free. You cannot even buy it. And I guess most
UI
people,
there and UX, it's terrible.
Most people won't be even able to see it because you don't see it, and it takes like some time actually when you complete it, and then you get the paid one. And if I understand correctly, the paid one regarding gameplay power only holds the base card for the new Spider-Man Miles Morales one, and that's it. That's the only thing regarding like content behind paywall. And other than that, it throws some bunch of resources on you and some variant cards themed around Carnage and stuff like that. But if I get it right, by buying that season pass for $10.99, you can only unlock like something that you cannot unlock anything else anywhere else in the game by money. Is just that card. So that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess like it speeds up the progression a lot. Like, so it's a really good investment, but yeah, it's very, very friendly to free-to-play players. Let's say I'm guessing too friendly. The starter pack with Captain America, if you get that one, yeah, you get the variant of Captain America and his avatar and some gold pack. But the thing is that you can still get Captain America normally from the game. So they're not locking any content behind this.
I wasn't even motivated to buy that special offer. I still have that free 45 Captain America. It's like, no. Why? Why should I? Seriously.
Yeah. It's kind of hard for this game because again, gameplay power, there's no like power progression in this game. It's more about like tactics and everything. And keep in mind that they done it in a way that those pools, as I told you, the pools that you are getting the cards, make sure that everyone at the kind of a near same progression have all the same cards at their disposal, because these games works in a way that you have some deck and then you encounter another deck and that deck counters your deck. So then you change your composition because that deck that beat you is more prevalent in the current game progression. So you change it to counter it, and this goes on and on and on and on forever as the meta shifts when you add more cards into it. So by that thing, that they make sure that the experience is kind of same for everyone, so it's not that imbalanced. So I'm getting like, the cards from the end that destroys all your cards and everything like that. Okay. So it's more close to something like chess, where everybody needs to have the same ability to counter everyone's other move. So rock, paper, scissors, pretty much. Yeah, so that's there. So other than that, we can upgrade the collection and progress in the levels. And that's the main thing, how to actually get new cards, because as I said, by increasing your card visual level from common to uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, ultra, and infinity, if I get it right, you increase your card collection level, and then you unlock more cards through these kind of mystery cards, which take from those 3 pools, and then you get the base game. If I get it right, I read somewhere that you get, after you upgrade the card to visual upgrade level of infinity, the card splits into 2 copies, and then you can reset the process again and you get some kind of visual thing. So you can do this ad infinitum, if I get it right.
Yeah, I didn't
and
get
creating
to yet.
Like different variants of cosmetic upgrades or something. I don't know, but yeah, it seems they have this functionality.
Let's see.
The important thing here, and this is the main bottleneck with the, let's say, LTV spending depth discussion here. In order to upgrade these cards, you need credits. Credits are basically a soft currency of the game, and you need boosters. And every card has its specific boosters, meaning that when you play a game, you have a chance to get boosters of one of your cards in your deck.
Yep.
And every upgrade costs more, and so on. So you buy 5 boosters and 25 credits for the first level, 10, 50, and so on. Meaning that you cannot really speed up the game with money, because you need to have that gameplay time for the boosters. In the shop, there is a section called Fast Upgrade, which offers 3 cards at random that they will sell you the boosters, basically, for just like a single sum of credits, but that's it. If I want to just throw 100 or 200 euros at it and like, please let me speed up, I can't. I can't. Like what I can do, if I can like really like squish money into the game, I can buy the variants, of course. So I can buy more level 1 cards that I already have pretty much usually, and then these fast upgrade things and the season pass. That's it. And of course a Captain America bundle, and that's it. Like I need to return the next day. I need to return the next day and wait for the timers, because the fast upgrade cards, they have like a very, very long timer. So they reset the next day and only then I can buy them. And also credits, the soft currency of the game, have a cooldown of like 16 hours and resets the next day. Which brings us to the calculation that how much it would actually cost to like buy all the cards in the game and speed it up if we would omit the fact that the game is showering us with free currency anyway. So if we cut this one out, it would mean that we would need to get to level 498, which if we take the, let's say, the normal, like omit the thing that first level is 25 credits, but every other level recalculated is 50 credits per level, and of course the boosters that we need to play, which would need something around like 25,000 credits, and which would need recalculating the gold bars, buying the best gold bar pack, something like 19,920 gold bars, which equals to 276 euros. No. And we would need to go there every day for 35 days to buy all the credits for the gold, because you can only buy 700 credits per day, if I get it right from the shop. And afterwards you need to grind it. So either play the game, season pass, whatever, something. So you can actually speed it up.
How does that compare to like Hearthstone or some other games that you can throw out?
Hearthstone has like Hearthstone works in a way that you actually rotate out the collections. And I guess this will also happen to this game, because every card game is usually you rotate out the collections, because you need people to play the new cards and they cannot play the old cards, so you take them away for them, or you create a separate mode where this is the ranked one and this is the wild one, which means like the one where you can use all the cards nobody plays, and the one that actually people need to care about is the ranked one, and that also takes into account like Hearthstone has just last 3 collections, so the cards would be pretty much inflated away. This way Hearthstone has like some of the decks, if I remember, those had like kind of big spending depths. Depends on how much you want to push it, because they had all the like gold card mechanic, everything, but we're talking something like in vicinity of thousands.
Sure, but this feels super small. Like 276
and
euros.
276 euro is me going there 35 days in a row, buying 700 credits, and then I need to still play the game to get the boosters, or I can like speed it up and maybe like throw a bunch of money on the fast upgrade thing. But keep in mind that during those 35 days the game is showering me with soft currency anyway.
Yeah.
And I didn't even count the battle pass 1099, how much soft currency I could grind from that one. So the spending depth is very, very low.
Well, with this type of
spending, if I recounted it wrong, or I did some like wrong calculation, feel free to write to us and correct me. But my guess is this is how it is, like something in this vicinity.
Yeah, with the revenue per download like 30 cents, this could be actually correct, right? So, well, with this type
30 cents.
With this type of like spending depth, the LTV of player is also probably like very small, so it's not.
But the main problem is that you cannot really spend that much. Like I can even imagine like what would be in like a $20 pack or $50 pack. What would you put there? Just like another variant, like just cosmetics.
Exactly. Well, of course. I mean, look,
or just like boosters to like increase your.
But you can have these like you can have these like special offers, boosters, credits, and then different cards, actually like multiple of them, not just Captain America. Why? I mean, I could buy like if there's I don't know some hero that I really want, Spider-Man.
I'm really curious what will happen. Like I'm like there is definitely like a time that they expected when everybody will be hitting that like 438 level of like having the full collection of the base game.
Yeah,
and what will they do then?
It will happen in 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure.
No, that's not 2 weeks. It's somewhere between like just the credits to get there is like 35 days. But I guess the boosters are kind of hard to grind, because if you, let's say, less of a turns you play, less boosters you get. I think there's, I don't know if there's a bonus for a win or not, but it's pretty random because you have how many, like 12 cards in your deck or something like that.
But you mentioned there is like tutorial until level 18, and basically what that does that mean actually is that like you're playing against bots until at that point, or
I would guess so. Like like everyone that I'm talking to is saying that they're winning a lot. I would say there definitely should be bots, and there are bots, because it's notoriously known that moderating artificially the win rate in the beginning increases retention. Like I've seen it in many PvP games, and you don't want people to lose. Like even today we were having a discussion with colleagues about like some PvP concepts, and one of the points that the friend brought up was that there was some study on simple game of chance and fairness, and roughly 70% win rate is needed for random participants to feel that game is fair. So that's just human perception.
Of course, and it's like the feeling is always good. I mean, I played Call of Duty on mobile, and I was winning. I was like, oh man, this feels great. I'm pretty good in this game. There's like, okay, well, let's see. Then I started playing against real people, and it's like, oh, whoops, I suck.
Getting beaten by some 12-year-old.
100%.
I like 50% win rate. That's pretty rough, man. Like I know it sounds fair, but it's not fair at all if you're on the losing side.
Yeah, of course, exactly. No, I think I'm level 23 or 4. I lost twice, and it was like in like 2 hours ago. So it wasn't like on the level 18. It's after that. It was pretty. I made like very bad decisions from the strategy point, but then they were pretty good. Like those two opponents were good actually. Yeah. Nice. Okay.
I would say what I'm expecting will happen. So probably later down the line, then we'll either expand the collection through like Hearthstone has it. That Hearthstone has a base set that everybody has, and then they rotate these 3 last collections. So they will probably add like new keywords, because that's what expansions do with card games. So they add new keywords, like you have current like reveal, ongoing, and some kind of new ability into the game. And the collection, like the new expansion, will focus on that. So you want to get those cards because they will be pretty good. But in order to keep releasing those, at some point they will need to offload the previous ones, because you just cannot. And it's normal within card games that you reprint pretty much the same abilities and same gameplay things within a new collection.
What would you expect for a CPI normally, like in that genre?
No, well, I would say $20-$30 in US, maybe even more. Depends on the optimization.
And the LTV currently
$30.
Yeah, for CPI, of course. That's the low end.
Do you think Hearthstone has 20 to 30 CPI?
It could have. Yep.
Whoa.
I thought a little bit less, like 10 to 15.
No.
And the LTV right now is 30 cents? No,
that's RPI.
Revenue per download.
RPI.
Yeah, so RPI. We don't know. But yeah, it could be like, even Hearthstone, I think it could be like more than 20. This one, thanks to the Marvel IP, maybe that's like lower, but it's still really high. It's like,
you're gonna make those offer systems.
Yeah, exactly. You can see it on the on the revenue and on the downloads. I mean, they have like 500,000 downloads per day, and they only make like 200,000 a day. Well, only. Of course, if I had the game with 200,000 daily revenue, then I would be pretty okay, I guess. But still, it can be so much more. It can be so much more.
I think that's the red thread theme kind of that we've been talking about for the last hour.
Yeah. All right. So any last suggestions and comments? for guys or
looking
for anyone?
Forward to your live ops, like really cheering you on.
Oh yeah.
It's a fun game. Well done, guys.
Well done. All right. Thank you very much for listening. Subscribe, and see you later. Thanks. Bye bye.